What's up, good people? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. I'm your humble servant, Larry. Welcome to Stock Up. If this is your first time, do yourself a favor, hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell, and make sure you hit all. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to talk about Robinhood and Webull at the end. Got a lot to cover today. All right. First of all, did you guys know that there's a stock out there? There's a group out there. They manage companies, they manage groups like that K-pop, the Chinese, and actually the ticker symbol is CPOP. I bought some of it, just a few shares a little while ago. It went up 100% today. It was well over 100% today. Ticker symbol CPOP. I know, just threw that out there. All right, let's get right into it. Let's talk about why NIO and CCIV were actually a little down today. I kind of expected it. It was no big deal to me. Anytime before there's a major catalyst, there's always a run up and then a slight pullback. All right. So the saying is, when in doubt, zoom out. All right. Let's deal with CCIV. The merger date will be later this month on the 23rd. All right. And I want you guys to know that my price predictions on CCIV based on them pushing back their deliveries is still the same. Nothing has changed on CCIV. All right. Everything's the same. $45 by the end of the year. That's my price prediction. I did an earlier video that dealt with a 4-year projection. OK. All right. First of all, when you see everything that's green and you see, the Dow was green today. The S&P, look to your right. All right. I'm sorry. Look to your left, which is my right. You'll see the Dow was up. S&P was up. NASDAQ, Russell, all green, right? But all green is not good because what you see, the 10-year yield is also green. Generally, when the 10-year yield is up, things like tech and EVs go down, right? It's just not a good, that's just the way it is. All right. I went into that in the earlier video. You could see why. All right. But knowing that when yields are going up, it's good to have some banking in your portfolio. So look at some banks like Citigroup, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley. Look at some banks just to leverage your portfolio. I would say from now until the end of the year, I think banks are just going to make some money. I know they're boring, but hedge yourself. All right. Well, let's keep it rocking. All right. All EVs went down today because the yields were up, like before stated. All right. In China, all of the major EV companies, NIO, Li, Xpeng, if some of y'all say Xpeng, or none of us knew how to pronounce it when it first came up. They all reported their earnings, right? NIO actually delivered 8,803 vehicles, so 8,803 vehicles in June. That's an increase over 20.4% over the prior month, right? With a chip shortage going on. I got some notes right here, right? So these deliveries were not bad, right? 21,896 SUVs. And that's up 112% quarterly, right? So when stuff like this happens, you wonder, why is it red? Why is it red? Number one, there's a lot of people that I can always tell when somebody's new, they're going, well, earnings is coming up. They're going to knock it out of the park, to the moon. And they start buying. And you could tell there's a lot of new money in there. And, it just don't work that way with EVs, especially SPACs. It just don't work that way. It almost never does. I always buy the rumor, sell the news when it comes to these plays. I learned that last year with all of the SPACs. It was the same story over and over and over. So if it works for me, that's what I'm going to keep doing, good people. All right. When it comes to EVs, catalysts like earnings reports, NIO Power Day that's coming up, Tesla Battery Day, etc. All those major catalysts. Again, I say buy the rumor, sell the news, meaning I will when an event is announced, when a date of an event is announced, like the CCIV merger date at the end of this month, when they are announced, what generally happens is the stock begins to run up until the event. And then there's a sell-off the day of or day before here recently, and it actually comes back down. So what I do is I buy in early, buy the rumor, and then I sell the news. I sell it before. I generally sell the day before whatever the event is, because there's generally a run up. NIO was a good example of that. Then I wait until the sell-off, and then I get back in. If I'm swing trading, for those of you that are swing traders, it just works, you know, and it's called buy the rumor, sell the news. And it just works with EVs and especially SPACs, okay? So CCIV, I'm gonna play it the same way, all right? I'm not gonna change it. It's been working for me, all right? So let's keep it going here. That's one of the things I wanted you to know, all right? So there's a saying, when in doubt, zoom out. And it actually wasn't a bad day. So let's take a look here. All right, so here we have NIO, right? And so if you look at NIO, let me change this. All right, so if you look at NIO for the day, right? For the day, yeah, it was a sell-off for the day, you know. Let's see here, I'm sorry. Boom, there we go. So NIO, there was a sell-off for the day, and NIO went down about 4.29% at the end of the day. NIO was down over 4%, right? But remember, when in doubt, zoom out. Let's go to the last 5 trading days. Then you could see NIO was actually up for the week, if I can get it there, 11.2, let's just say almost 12% for the week. And so that's what I want you guys to look at. When in doubt, zoom out. Who cares if you had a bad day? Look at the chart for the week. NIO was just ripping. And so that's why when people go, oh, look, it's coming down. Ooh, yeah, one day, look out, do a week, do a 30 day, do a 60, 90 day, look out and see what's going on. Let's check it for CCIV. All right, let's change that back. I'm sorry. Let's change that to a day. Of course, CCIV, Churchill Capital, soon to be Lucid Motors, did the same thing. You know, came down and lost about 4%. But let's zoom out the last 5 trading days. Let's look out the last week, rather. If you look at the last week, you could see NIO's up 11.38%. I'm sorry, CCIV, Churchill, still up. So all of these EVs are actually doing good. EVs, which are linked with tech, are actually performing well if you zoom out, you know, and I agree with the saying, when in doubt, zoom out, because when you zoom out, you get a much bigger picture. All right. So I did a video and I talked about NIO and I talked about my price prediction. I'm just going to play you a short clip of it. Here it is, because nothing has changed. According to the largest long-term forecast, NIO price will hit $50 by the year end, okay, of 2021, then 60 by 2022. NIO will rise to 80 within the year 2023, 100 in 2024, and 125 by 2025. But if you look down here by year's end, they're talking about $132 by the end of 2025. If you catch NIO at $44, if you buy that $44, you're talking about a 300% gain in the next 4 years. Larry's price prediction for NIO for the end of 2021 is $75 by year's end. I'm very bullish on NIO. So that's where I am. I don't think anything's changing. I mean, NIO is showing its power. There's more positive catalysts coming. The chip shortage is not totally under control, but it will be better by Q4. It's supposed to get better by the end of Q3. Of course, Ford is already talking about issues with the chip shortage. It's still affecting them very negatively, and they don't know if they're going to have it under control yet. But the EV market I'm just going to say for the month of July, I believe is going to be very strong. I believe that these EVs are still going to grow higher. That's what I believe. So don't let one day throw you off of your plan. These are still, NIO to me is a high growth stock, especially if you zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out 4 years from now, 2025. It's going to be a year where most people are going to wish they had started loading up on electric vehicles. Not all electric vehicles. Remember, all EVs are not created equally. You have to be selective in the ones that are doing well, the ones that's going to meet their deliveries, the ones that's going to be profitable in this time period. Those are two of the catalysts. You got CCIV, out there bragging that it's between them and someone else, and that someone else is Tesla. And I'm like, pump your brakes, CCIV. I love CCIV. I actually sat in one and had a demo of one, and it's really nice. But they haven't delivered one car yet. So do I have Lucid Motors, CCIV? I have a ton of shares of CCIV, but I bought it when every time it tanked to like $19, $18, that's when I was doubling down on it. And for those of us out there that were telling you guys to buy, this is the time to buy. I mean, and we were catching it. Guys like me, guys like StockMo and Zip Trader, we were saying, hey, now's the time to buy this. And it's hard to buy when it's red. I get it. But as you could see here, look over the last week of what NIO and CCIV alone has done. All right. And that's why when Tesla takes a hit and it goes under $600, I buy more Tesla. I'm building generational wealth. And one of the things I've written down is this. If you truly want to build generational wealth, you should hold a stock or an equity or whatever, real estate, whatever, at least a generation. And I know that is not easy to do because everybody's trying to swing trade and be a day trader, but you need to start investing in that long-term investing. All right. But when you're going to hold an equity when you're going to hold a stock for a generation, you better make sure it's a high growth stock over a period of time. All right, good people. Now let's talk about Robinhood at the end of this. Robinhood, I know I say that joke all of the time, but they gotta pay a $70 million fine. And this is because of the shorting, the options, and them not being transparent with their options. Now, Robinhood did do a good job by bringing a lot of new people to the stock market. Cool. But the options, didn't do well. A young man committed suicide, which was a horrible thing. And there's just a lot of negative catalysts coming for Robinhood. But what they did during GameStop was just unforgivable. And that hasn't even hit them yet. And that's going to hit them even worse. They're going to be doing their IPO. And I'm personally not touching it. And if I were you, I would be planning an exit strategy to get out of Robinhood. And you can go to whatever broker you want. I have multiple brokers. I have TD Ameritrade. I have Fidelity, but I also have Webull. And Webull right now, there's a link provided below. And I know I'm not telling you to leave Robinhood to go to Webull. You can go to any of these brokerages. They're all great brokerages. And I know Robinhood wasn't the only brokerage that started doing these shenanigans during the GameStop episode, but they were by far the worst. And then they're tied in, I'm just not going to say anything because I don't want to get sued, but they have relationships that they shouldn't have being a broker. And I just believe that if you're in the AMC and it starts to move, you're going to be caught up again doing the same. As a matter of fact, I got proof. Listen to this short video.
And it also says we cannot assure that similar events, referring to what happened in January with GameStop and the emergency funding it had to seek, we cannot assure that similar events will not occur in the future. Karen Feinerman, is Robinhood an attractive investment to you?
To me, no.
So I'm going to leave by saying this. I got an email from Webull and they said, check this out. New users, number one, if you're brand new, you can start with fractional shares right off the bat. If you an existing user, by the end of next week, you should be also able to do fractional shares. But for everyone that signs up right now, new users will receive a free stock valued at between $300 and $300 for just opening up a Webull account. Then moving forward, you will receive another stock valued from $8,000 to $2,000 for just depositing $5. So now there is no reason why anyone shouldn't have a brokerage account. You can, with Webull now, you can literally just put $5 in there and stand to make thousands of dollars just by putting $5 in. I would do it just for that. All right. There's a link provided below. Deposit it. Most people deposit $100. You can now just deposit $5. We're going to leave it right there. Good people. Remember, Monday is a holiday. The market will not be open. So just be aware it's going to be a short trading week. All right. Good people. Love you as always. Live, love, laugh, and learn.